Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another episode of GSC's Girl Pod. It's me, Candy, and I am joined by my girlfriend V. How you doing, V?
I am very well, thank you, Candy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We're here. We're vibing. We're chilling. It is a nice-ish Saturday, and I say nice as in it is cool. So sitting with my computer running doesn't feel like torture.
Well, that's what you need, realistically. It is not cool here. It is 24.5 degrees in my flat, which is a lot for Scotland and specifically me as a Scottish person. So I am roasting.
That is like
I'm so, I'm so
double what
warm.
it is here. It says that it is 54 degrees in American units, so 12.2. So it's comfy.
That sounds delightful. Yeah, it sounds like you can put a nice hoodie on and be nice and cool. I've got like the baggiest t-shirt known to man
nice
on.
little hoodie, nice little just vibe, just hide, just be like hello.
No, I have none of this. Like,
just curl up and be like hello, hi, I'm here. What's up?
it's cozy. We're doing cozy girl pod today. Like,
Cozy girl pod though is anytime I show up in my pajamas, which has happened recently. So
yeah.
so it's fair. But for those of you
To be fair, that was a very early one for you. Sorry.
it was early. It was like 8 a.m. It's fine. Now this is
Oh.
a more reasonable time to be having drinks, as in 1 o'clock. But if you are tuning in, thank you for joining us. What started as a small joke between V and I is now a podcast that has been going on for almost a full year. Where we get together, we chat, we have some drinks, and we just see where the vibes take us. But before we really dive in, if you're not already following, please be sure to click the subscribe or follow button, depending on what you see, if you're on YouTube or if you are on Spotify. You can also catch up things that we do, like the spoiler cast, the interviews, if you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, you'll have to look us up on YouTube. Come and join us there as well to see all the interviews that are happening. There's plenty going around these last couple of weeks. Lots of fun interviews that are happening. And if that's not enough, if you wanna exercise your brain a little bit by reading, then check out gamersocialclub.ca. That's the website that we write for. That's how this crazy gang of people all ended up together, and now V is stuck with me. And if you want to talk to us in real time, you can join the Discord. The links will be down in the description below. That's the rigmarole, as Harry would say. There are lots of pillars of what we do on the website. I never memorize them. Sorry, Harry, if you're listening. Hopefully you're not disappointed.
Wait, I think I know what most of them are. So we don't, and this is a little bit different for like girl pods because we might mention a leak or a rumor, but we do not deal in leaks and rumors on the website when we write
Yep.
news.
We don't report on them. Yep. So we can talk
yeah,
about it on the
we
podcast. We don't report on them.
Yeah, we don't report on them because we only report on legitimate news. As part of Gamer Social Club, we are a small independent website. So we do this for the love of the game. And we finish roll credits on all of the games that we play before we write our reviews. And also none of our writing on the website is AI generated. Those are our 4 pillars. The AI one is new, not that we have ever used AI, but we have added it in. So there is no AI. No AI to be found on Gamer Social Club.
Yeah. I can't be bothered with it. It takes me more work to actually try to use it than to just write myself.
I'm very much like what is it going to know that I don't already know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually not a lot.
Not a lot. And you know what? It can't sit and have drinks with us. So
No.
if you can't sit with us, you can't write on the site with us.
No.
See?
It can't have a favorite drink because it's just a made up, like, glorified autocorrect. Like, fuck it.
No.
The worst guy.
No, I can't sit there and ask it what it's drinking the way that I can ask you. So what are you drinking?
I am drinking a beefsteak Malbec. So, I think I've drank quite a few Malbecs on the pod. People will be aware of the fact that I enjoy a lovely Argentinian Malbec. Lots of fruit. This one is less tanniny, so like there's a little bit less body to it, and it's a little bit less bitter. So maybe it's a Malbec for people who don't drink a lot of wine. Probably would be what I would say, but it is a delightful little Malbec, and I'm having a good time with it. I wish I had something colder, but there is a bottle of rosé in the fridge, but it's not cold enough to actually drink it.
You do need rosé. I feel like rosé has to be cool. It can't be like I feel like it has to be cold. It can't be like just kind of cool. Like it really does need to be nicely chilled.
Oh, absolutely. It's not the same as like maybe a very nice white wine that you can get away with it being just a little bit. But yeah, most rosé needs to be super cold.
Yeah.
Especially when it's 24 degrees. But what are you drinking?
I am still drinking lots of soju because I bought quite a few bottles of it. But this time I have green grape soju from Jinro. It's sweet, it's delightful. It doesn't have a like hard finish because it's just very smooth. I actually didn't realize that these were 13%, which whatever. Okay. I just didn't realize how strong it was. A couple weeks ago we went to like K-Pot, which actually K-Pot sounds really good. We went to K-Pot and just I feel like every time I go I'm reminded how much I actually really like soju.
Oh yeah, I love soju.
It's just
and green grape is my favorite. It's my favorite one.
Is it?
Like yeah.
Green grape is tied with apple for my favorite. But I only seem to find the apple like at the K-Pot, like at the hot pot place. I haven't found it like at the liquor store. So it's like at home, green grape. When I go and eat there, I'll get the apple one instead of the green grape one. Although their melon one is really good. Their strawberry one was okay. They also have like a fresh one where it just looks like a raindrop on the bottle. And I was like,
oh, I don't think I've had that.
I'll be honest, I didn't like it.
No.
Like I tried it and I was like, this is I mean, maybe this is what they were going for. I was like, it tastes like rainwater. And maybe that's what they were going for. But I was not a fan. I'm like, I'm not the type of person that sits out. I know some people like the idea of sitting outside and the rain is coming down and you just like look up and open your mouth. And I feel like it's been romanticized in certain moments of like whatever. I'm like, that's not the vibe for me. And that was not the flavor for me. But that's what it tasted like.
Yeah, I mean, I like the smell. Like, I enjoy the petrichor, like, sort of smell after rain. But I can't say that I've ever been compelled to just drink rainwater.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what it...
Does it taste any different from... I mean, I don't want to get into the full Scottish thing, but we have great fucking tap water. Like, does it taste any different? Is it going to be better than what I can get out of the tap? Like in one of the best countries in the world.
It's going to taste different. Like, I think it will definitely taste different. I'm not going to say it's going to taste better, but it literally, I mean, I guess the cool thing is that's the feeling that it evoked of like rainwater. So I guess if you are the type of person that likes the idea of like stepping outside and just like having the water hit you and, you know, the refreshingness of that with like just opening your mouth and like just letting it hit, I think then you'll like it. But I was not really a fan of it. I was like, I get it, but not for me.
No, it sounds a bit weird, to be honest. Like, do you need to flavor your drink to be a different form of water?
Yeah.
Does your alcoholic drink need to taste like water? Like, that's not really what I'm here for when I'm having an alcoholic beverage, if I'm honest.
No, agreed. That's why I was like, I get. That's why I say and I don't know that that's fully what they're trying to go for, but it's like I think it says like fresh, and I'm like, and it's a raindrop looking thing, so I'm like, I guess that's what you're trying to go for, but it's not for me. But the green grape, the apple, those I'm in 100%. Give me more.
Yeah, no, I do love specifically, I like the apple, but I love the green grape. It's so good. it.
It's
I'm
just
kind
so
of jealous.
smooth and refreshing.
Like,
Even like the smell is just like. Although I've also been on a green grape kick. We picked up like a container of grapes from the grocery store, and I'll eat like half the container for breakfast.
yeah.
And I'm like, I should not have this many grapes, but I just plop, 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 plop. Done. I'm like, okay.
No, grapes are great. The best fruit potentially.
I
Is there
100%
another fruit
agree
that I
with
like? I'm like, is there another fruit that I like better than grapes? If there is one, I can't think of it. Like,
That's fair. I mean, I like grapes. I like apples. I do like bananas, but I feel like banana I have to be in the mood for. And the problem is like you buy like banana by the bunch. And I feel like I'll have like 2 of them and then the rest of the bunch starts to go bad. Thankfully, someone will cook banana bread in this house, so it doesn't actually go bad. But if it was just me, and again, I like bananas, but I don't go through them fast enough.
No, I'm probably the same. Yeah, I do like bananas, but I don't. I feel like you need to be in the mood for a banana because it's not like a refreshing light fruit the way that most
Yes.
other fruit is. It's more of a. You could have a banana for breakfast, but you're not going to have like an apple for breakfast. Like,
Yeah.
it's a banana is a meal in itself.
Yes.
So I need to be in a banana mood, but I'm almost always in the mood for it. I do like specific types of apples. I like all apples, but if I'm buying apples, I'm buying a pink lady. Fucking love a pink lady.
See, I do like the green ones, like the slightly sour ones. But then sometimes I'll offset that with like peanut butter. So like I'll cut like the apple be cut and then dip it, like just put peanut butter like in the center of the plate and then the apples around and just dip. And it's like, this is delicious. And that is very filling. And it's lots of protein.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot of sugar, but it's filling.
Yeah, but peanut butter is. I love peanut butter. It's my favorite thing to eat.
See,
If
apples
you
and
told me I
peanut
was
butter,
not
I'm
allowed
telling
to, if you told me I wasn't allowed to eat anything again for the rest of my life, I had to choose one food, I would choose peanut butter. I fucking love peanut butter.
Smooth or crunchy?
Crunchy. I'm not a child. I require texture. Like,
I mean, see, for me, it depends. Like, if I'm doing like peanut butter in like a sandwich, and that is a good place for banana. Sometimes you put like peanut butter and then you slice up the bananas and you do that. Then the crunchy is good for like a little bit of like the texture, like almost like if not fully like if you had chips on the side, but like a little bit of that. But like when I do it with the apples, I do usually like to do the smooth peanut butter with the apples because it just seems to like really, again, because I'm putting the peanut butter like plop in the center and then trying to dip in, it seems that it just works better as like a dip.
No, that makes sense. That does make sense. I never have crunchy I never have smooth peanut butter in my house. I buy special peanut butter and it's extra crunchy and extra dark roast.
Oh,
peanuts.
interesting.
And I'm like, yeah. And sometimes I will just eat out the jar with a spoon. So I'm like, give me all the peanut butter. Give it to me.
I mean, I've done that with marshmallow fluff where I just put a spoon in and eat it. So I can't judge because that's nothing but pure sugar that I'm just like,
Love it. Just the best guy. Peanut butter, my beloved.
So ways to V's heart: Malbecs, peanut butter, and Slay the Spire.
Yeah, pretty much. Those are all the things I like. All together in one neat little package.
Send your care packages to V with peanut butter.
Yeah,
Wine. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No, now I'm like, ooh. I'm sitting here. I don't have marshmallow fluff in the fridge in the house, but now I'm like, damn, a peanut butter and fluff sounds so good right now. I might just be getting hungry. Like now that I think, I'm like,
there's also that. Like,
I mean, I do love a peanut butter and fluff, but I'm like, a hot pot, peanut butter fluff, everything sounds delicious.
You could put peanut butter in a hot pot. You could absolutely put peanut butter in a hot pot. Like,
maybe that's too far for me.
You can put peanut butter anywhere.
It might depend on what else you're putting in the hot pot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely acknowledge the fact that when it comes to peanut butter, I am a degenerate. Like, I put peanut butter on the bottom of cold pizza. I will take 2 slices of cold pizza, usually Domino's, because I probably wouldn't do it with like a really good pizza. And I will put peanut butter on the bottom of them, and then I will put them together like it's a peanut butter sandwich, but the bread is cold pizza. I will
I
say
see the vision, though.
I get barbecue sauce as the base on my Domino's pizza, not tomato. I feel like if you did it with tomato, then maybe that would be a bit weird. But barbecue sauce is sweet enough that it can go with the peanut butter, but peanut butter is also savory enough that it can go with the rest of the pizza.
Yeah.
Like,
I almost feel like that's not exactly a take on like the pad thai flavoring, but like it almost feels sort of like akin to that, like an offshoot.
yeah, it's not far off it. You know, it's peanut butter is not inherently like a sweet food. You have peanut butter with anything. You can do it with anything.
I can
have
see
all
it.
the peanut butter.
I don't know about a hot pot, but also because I'm like, I don't know about hot peanut butter. For me personally, that's not like pad thai, but I can respect the hustle.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, again, not for me, but damn, yeah, now food. Okay, we're gonna focus. We're gonna focus so that way eventually I can eat something. It's my fantasy guest this time around. And ooh boy, did I forget that I was supposed to have a fantasy guest. So did I struggle to get one just a few minutes before recording. But I do have a fantasy guest. This one is a little bit of a stretch, which is not uncommon from me. I have had a few that are a little bit of a stretch in the time that we've been doing Girl Pod. But my fantasy guest, and I have actually talked about this person on the podcast before, in relation to other people, but not as their own fantasy guest. So, my fantasy guest is Iron Mouse. VTuber, has done some voice acting in video games. One that you actually reviewed for the site earlier this year. Iron Mouse did a voice in Bonnie Bear. Yep.
A banger. Like, go play Bonnie Bear. It's very good.
Right. So did a voice in Bonnie Bear. You know, has also been in the video game Smite, as a sort of take on her avatar as Dormouse, I think it was called, instead of Iron Mouse. You know, and then obviously is very big Twitch streaming and does a lot of other things as well, like puts out music, has won Content Creator of the Year at the Game Awards in 2023, I think it was. You know, and with all of the games that she's played, whether on her own or with other people, I think it's fair to say that some games definitely are seeing a decent amount of promotional value from her, right? And not that streamers are the be-all end-all for promotion, not that, but she does have a very strong and dedicated like following. You know, and I think the bigger reason, and she's talked about this a lot, but the bigger reason that I would love to have her as a fantasy guest, is because of really taking gaming and her platform and doing a lot of really good with it, right? So part of the reason she's a streamer and a VTuber, is because she does unfortunately not have the best immune system. She suffers from CVID, and I apologize that I don't remember exactly what it stands for, but because that she does a lot of charity work with the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and has gotten other people to do a lot of really good like work with it, and people have done cyclothons and all this other stuff. But I think what really is amazing is that in a space such as gaming, where unfortunately there can be a lot of toxicity, where, you know, people are using their platforms just to make their own money. And of course she's doing the same thing, and that's fine. You know, she is also using the space to do good. And I think things like that should really be highlighted, because there are also games that are doing that, where it's like, if you buy this game, you know, a percentage goes to, you know, whatever charity and all these things. And as someone who, I haven't done it in a bit, just because of timing and things. I love a good charity stream. I have done charity streams in the past, good, bad, and in between, because Lord knows some of the things that I have eaten on stream are not great. Crickets on stream, not that fun. But, you know, in my little corner of the internet, been able to raise funds. And it's really cool to see her do that. So I would love to have her on the podcast to talk more about that. And to talk about her journey, because a lot of her journey that people know is her being sick and unable to leave her house and all of
Yeah.
that stuff. But the last couple of, maybe the last year or so, it seems like things have really started to improve for her. So I would love to have her on the podcast to talk about those improvements and to talk about, you know, how gaming and that space has, yes, been a double-edged sword, because it is for everybody.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like if we were able to get her as a guest on the podcast, I could probably convince you and or Britt to also be VTubers with us and have
Be a VTuber.
VTuber
I'd be a
episode.
VTuber for the day. I would absolutely do that. We don't need to get Iron Mouse on to do that. I would do that. Like, absolutely. But
I feel
yeah,
like it'd
no,
be so
I
much
like
fun.
it would be incredibly fun. And yeah, I'm not someone that's like watched a lot of her content.
Mhm.
Like mostly saw her in other people's streams and things like that. But like the amount of like resilience that she has to be so upbeat about like all the stuff that she's doing and other people are doing, especially considering her illness, but also the amount of vitriol that gets thrown her way on the internet on certain occasions. Was she she won streamer of the year at the Game Awards one year, I'm sure.
She won Content Creator of the Year, yeah, in
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah, and you know, just the people online being like, "Who the fuck is this? Like, this is like, she's rubbish." It's like, well, obviously not. Like, she has a massive audience because she's super engaging. She's very high energy. Like, she's so much fun. I know a lot of people also like talk about her voice, which is obviously like partially due to the illness that she has. Like, and it's like, why are you all like this? Like, this is someone who is genuinely only really putting positive energy out into the world, despite the fact that they are a person who you would forgive them if they were super negative,
Yes.
considering the hand that they have been dealt by the world. And you're like, I'm gonna try and tear this person down for nothing because my streamer didn't get Content Creator of the Year, or I know as well she got the record for like most amount of
Yeah, she had
Was
the
it-
record for
yeah.
Twitch subs.
yeah
And then people got pissed because I think it was Kai. It might have been Kai Cenat before her. Then it was her during her subathon. And then Kai took the record back. But there's, you know, he took the record back, and that's fine, right? But there was no hatred between the two of them. It was just toxic
it's
people
not-
in a fan base.
yeah, it's not other streamers that are putting this her way. It's like toxic people in the fan base. I'm like, do you think that Kai Cenat wants you to do this? Like, they probably chat. They've like
They
probably
do.
had conversations
Because
and,
not that long
like-
after that, they did a stream together where he also
Yeah.
had a VTuber.
yeah, it's like, so what do you think you're doing? Like, you're going out to bat for your boy. It's like, your boy thinks you're an idiot.
And look, I'll be honest,
what-
I am not like a Kai Cenat fan. I am very mad that once upon a time he messed up Union Square Park in New York City by being like, I'm giving away all these things, and then there were all these crowds and it was very poorly managed. So I am not a fan.
Yeah.
However, I do respect that like he saw what was happening and was like, nah, we're gonna do something together and show that there's no hate here and, you know, whatever.
yeah.
So again, I will be a hater, but I'll also give credit where credit is due. If you've listened to past episodes, you probably know this.
We're always educated haters,
yes,
for one.
I'm educated.
And two, Like, we're always uneducated here. And for two, it's like, unfortunately you can't control what your fan base does.
Yes.
A lot of the time,
Hmm.
but
He definitely could have
always
planned
made.
it better, but
Oh yeah,
yeah, your
yeah,
fan base
but
got a little out of control.
yeah, well, always major props when your fan base is being shitty to like another creator or something like that to step in and do something that's just like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, this is not what we're about. Like,
No, 100,
fuck you.
100%. You know, and like,
Mm.
for me seeing someone like Iron Mouse, where it's like she could have given up and just been like, I'm done. I quit everything. Right? I don't know, was in training to be like an opera singer. Right? Has great vocals. If you've ever listened to her music, obviously it's not for everybody, and that's totally fine. But really good, control of like her voice and on pitch and all those things that really good singers will be. And instead of letting things get her down, turned it around. And if you ask her, she's like, I started streaming because I was lonely, right? But I think it also highlights, I think for me, a lot of it highlights like some of the good that can come from the internet in a time where, unfortunately, the internet can be very negative.
Mhm.
And you're almost rewarded for being negative on the internet, right? Like,
Oh,
you get more views and your views translate to income and like, all of that sucks. And then here's this person trying to be positive with what she's doing. And that's not to say that she's not out here like, sometimes being ridiculous and cursing and yelling at Connor when they're doing things and whatever.
yeah.
But it's always very light and fun. And
Yeah, you also don't have to go out to bat for like Connor. Like, he's a grown man, and that is his friend.
Yes.
Like, because you see that quite a lot. It's like, and that is his friend, and they are just having banter. Like, he's from the UK. If this is a problem that you have, like with people how they talk to each other, like,
Don't go
you
to the
can't
UK.
come here. You can't come here. Like, this is how we all talk to each other. If I went out to the pub last night with my dad. If he had not insulted me within the first 5 minutes of being in the pub, I would have been like, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, have I done something? Are we not friends anymore? Like, this is just what you do. Like,
Yeah.
stop it.
No, and
you don't have to get offended on other people's behalf also.
No, God no. God no.
Like,
and also for me, it's like she's a Puerto Rican female, same as me. So it's really cool to see somebody, in that space and also like uplifting people in that space. Like she's done, like looking at other people's VTuber avatars and like giving tips and doing all these different things. So it's not just like about her herself. It's also about like the larger community and uplifting people and just being real without being negative. And it's like, you look at any gaming online and just the internet as a whole, and that's what you see. So it's like, I want to have somebody on the podcast that like can rally when necessary, right? Because I'm sure things get to her and whatnot.
oh yeah, absolutely.
But is like, yeah, even in the face of this, like, I'm gonna do this, right? And like, I'd be curious to ask, like, do you want to do more voice acting in video games, right? And like, as and I'm sure some of that sometimes might be maybe a little bit difficult, because I know some like video games, they want you to come into their studios and do this, and so they might not be as open to somebody recording in their home, right? Which fine. But as she also is on this like health journey, right? I saw she posted on Twitter the other day, she's like, I can now do 30 minutes on the treadmill, right? Like, for someone who previously couldn't do that, that's a huge deal, right? So good for her. So it's like, as things improve and she's working towards certain goals, it's like, do you want to do more voice acting in this way? Do you what does the future of like streaming and gaming look like for you, right? She's now an independent VTuber because of things that happened at VShojo, right? So does she have more flexibility to do some of these things that maybe before she was limited to? So what does the future look like for her? And if she does, like, what type of roles does she want to play, right? Being being a VTuber, depending on how you choose to be a VTuber, you almost already play a role, right? I don't do this because I'm lazy. But you know, like, is she, you know, her VTuber persona, even though, you know, is used very loosely, is like she's Satan, right? Like and then she
Yeah.
has, you know, her thing or whatever. So there's always a bit of character acting in that. But is there a character she really wants to play as a voice actress? You know, if given the opportunity, and you know, looking at being so. Sometimes it feels weird to say streamers are so integral to the like video game space, but the reality is for some games they really are, because if they weren't, games wouldn't go after them and be like, hey, we want to sponsor you to do this stream, or we want you to play this game to give us exposure. And not that streamers should take that for granted and say, well, I'm giving these games exposure every time I play that. No. If a game is coming to you for exposure, that's very different than you being like, I played it, so they should just give it to me for free because I'm doing this thing. No.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole. Right. So, but I think it'd be very interesting, you know, to talk to her, see where things move forward. And also, just because I know you and I are fans of this, I would love to just sort of geek out with her about Sailor Moon.
I fucking love Sailor Moon. Yeah, absolutely. Dark Lady, look at her. She's so pretty.
Well, that's where her name comes from, right? She took the name Iron Mouse from Sailor Iron Mouse. Like, so that's why I'm like, I would love to just be like, okay, so not related to gaming or anything. Like, can we just geek out about Sailor Moon for a little bit? Like, can we just vibe and talk about this?
Yeah. We can do it. We can just talk about Sailor Moon. We don't actually even need to talk about games at all. We can only talk about Sailor Moon. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll be like, so how was it doing the voice for Bonnie Bear? Oh, it was good? Okay, so Sailor Moon.
Yeah, now, Sailor Moon. More Sailor Moon chat, please.
let's dive right in. I feel like I'm overdue for a rewatch. I'd be like, oh, she's gonna be on? Okay, it's time to rewatch everything.
Yeah, we should watch all of Sailor Moon. I feel like we should. That'd be great.
People should do that anyway.
Well, obviously, like, even, you know, if you've not watched Sailor Moon, please go and watch Sailor Moon. You owe it to yourself to watch like one of the best anime ever made. Like,
yes, 100%. Oh, what a good anime. You know, maybe Sailor Moon needs a video game. Bring it to the next generation.
Does Sailor Moon have any video games? It's one of those ones that I'm not entirely sure if it does. It's going to be like we were talking about in the last podcast. It will have video games, but they will be Japan only.
Yeah, like I think it's time for like a Sailor Moon video game. Oh my goodness.
There's so many, and none of them
have made it to us.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I want to play a Sailor Moon fucking fighting game. What do you mean? like
there's one. I mean, I just started scrolling, but apparently there's one that made it to the EU in 1994. Let's see if I come across any other ones that have made it anywhere outside of Japan. Italy got one, apparently. Japan.
There was an arcade game that was a worldwide release in 1995. I'm like, I can't. Even their mobile games are not available. Yeah, PC, Sailor Moon Horoscope and Games is a party minigame that came to PC in the EU. In the year 2000, and apparently there was the 3D Adventures of Sailor Moon 1997 for PC for the US.
Yeah, which they just say it's a miscellaneous game. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, like, what is miscellaneous?
Like, what genre is that? Please explain.
Yeah, please give us a Sailor Moon game, please.
Give us a worldwide Sailor Moon game. Like, what is this insanity?
What do you mean that Italy got a platformer for the DS and no one else got it?
No one else.
What do you mean? I speak like 7 words in Italian and they're all about labels and corrugated cardboard through work. I'm like, I'll learn Italian so I can play the DS Sailor Moon game. I'll do it. Like,
Oh my god. I love that searching up Sailor Moon game. It's like the first thing that came up was the Wikipedia article. And then right after that is the subreddit from a year ago. Be honest, why the hell did we never get a Sailor Moon video game that wasn't released in the States at all?
yeah. What is wrong with you? Give me the Sailor Moon. I require the Sailor Moon.
Seriously. I mean, this is definitely one of those things. So, like, somebody's response was video games were very gender coded in the US in the 1990s and 2000 when a lot of these games were coming out. Since it's a title for girls, it generally has gotten less support overseas than anything that was like released for the Shonen Jump crowd. You know, whereas like the Jump titles have been really pushed cross media since the early 2000s. The creator of Sailor Moon was also quite protective of her license in the 2000s, which is part of the reason why Sailor Moon was out of print for a bit and why the license for the anime had to jump around quite a bit. So,
like,
yeah.
Okay, but also
Now it's
it's
time.
not the 2000s. It's not the 2000s anymore. Like,
Mhm.
we're in 2020. Give me my Sailor Moon game.
Seriously, come on. It's just like
Give the people what they want. More Sailor Moon.
I feel like someone
love
could
Sailor
treat the franchise very well. I don't know if I 100% agree with this person's idea, where someone said my dream Sailor Moon game would be made by Atlas in the style of their Persona games with school and social links. I don't know
No.
that I necessarily want that. I think an RPG would be fun. I think you could still do like the high school thing. You could take some elements of it, but I don't know if I necessarily need the social links as much.
No, I think, like, again, I love Sailor Moon, but
Because I would want it
you
to
don't
be
need you don't need the
somewhat
social links, because who are you making with the who are you talking to with the social links? Like, the
Right.
Sailor Senshi are not
They're
they're
already
not people
bonded.
you have to they're not people you have to persuade to the cause. Like,
Yeah.
they're ride or die, okay, day one. Like,
Mhm. The only
because
way
of course you are. Like,
the only way that this works is if it is, I mean, they kind of did something like this in the series, but the only way that this works is if there is a villain who has wiped all the memories and Sailor Moon wakes up to it, and the idea of the social links is helping everybody regain their memories to get them back.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if you did it that way, you would have to either maybe limit it to like the inner group, because you don't want to do that for every like Sailor Senshi.
Well, yeah, you have to be able to like get the outer Sailor Senshis, and they don't have that same emotional attachment. So what would you
do with I mean,
like a Uranus and a Neptune? Like,
yeah, like I could see them coming in much later, maybe not affected by this whole thing, right? You know, but that's why I think it's like you could try to play a bit on that, right? Maybe, you know, maybe everybody has lost their memory except for like Sailor Pluto, because she's the, you know, the guardian of time. So she
Sailor Pluto's my favorite. I love Sailor Pluto. Like, I love her. Like,
but so maybe it's like, maybe she has seen that everybody's memories were erased and it's messing with like the space-time continuum, and she only has enough power to wake up one of them. So she wakes up Sailor Moon and she's like, you have to gather everybody to deal with this force, which I know they've done things very similar to this in Sailor Moon in general. But that would be, I think, the only way that some of those like social link sort of aspects that Atlas has become very known for would work.
Yeah.
Right? But you could, so it's like you could do it, but I feel like you'd have to be very careful with it.
Yeah, and you definitely would have to be very careful with it, and I'm not sure that that's what I would want from a Sailor Moon game.
No,
I'm not entirely sure what I do want from it. I feel like just a sort of standard. Well, I think a standard like JRPG like would be just
perfect for a Sailor Moon game.
Yes.
Because, you know, the whole thing is, you know, bringing your party together and then going to, like, kill the bad guys. Like,
Mhm.
just let me play it through like a standard RPG. It doesn't
Yes.
need to have weird mechanics or anything like that.
No, because I feel
Like,
like
it's
you
just,
would
like-
be pigeonholing yourself. That's why I'm like, could you do it?
Mm.
Sure. But you'd have to be so careful that it's like you might lose
Mm.
some creative like license or something
Yeah.
that would be that you might lose space to do something that would be more interesting if you were really
Yeah.
focused on social links.
Yeah, and again, if you're a fan of Sailor Moon, then you know
Mm-hmm.
that the Sailor Senshi are just automatically ride or die. Why would
Mm-hmm.
why would you have to build up your social links?
Yeah.
With
Why do we have
them?
to awaken them again?
No,
It's like how many times are they going to be awakened?
Yeah,
That's
they
the
know
whole
what they're
first
doing.
arc.
They know what they're doing. They know what they signed up for. Like,
It's like the whole first arc is literally waking them up to the fact that they are Sailor Senshi.
yeah. Why do we have to? We don't have to like build up a relationship with them. Like,
Yeah, and that's why I'm
they're-
like, but I feel like that's the only way you could try to do social links. Because I'm like, what else would you be doing? Like there's no reason
Just-
to rekindle
Yeah.
anything. It's like, no, you're not gonna go from strangers again unless you're waking them up.
yeah, just not social links. We'll just not do
Yeah.
social links. We'll do just a normal JRPG, gather your party,
Mm-hmm.
kill God. But not kill God, because you're actually fucking Sailor Moon. And you're the most powerful person in the entire universe. You just will things to happen. Like,
Literally.
I
You and the
love Sailor
Silver
Moon.
Millennium Crystal just make things happen.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's
actually, I thought it, and that means it's happening. Like,
fine. Mhm.
I'm so good at this.
No, I would love a Sailor Moon game, but I guess it is like, I guess it really is that you'd have to be very careful in who's working on it and what they're doing with it.
Mm.
And it's crazy
Yeah.
because when you think about it, there's so many anime that get. You know what? Maybe it's very good that she's protective of the license and everything, because so many video games get really, or so many anime get really crappy video games.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, it's definitely probably a bit of a double-edged sword. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, I want the Sailor Moon video game, but at the
But I
same
want
time,
it to be perfect.
yeah, it needs to be the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I love it. Whereas, yeah, they could so easily have just churned out some shite. Like,
Churn out like a fighter the way that Dragon Ball Z seems to churn out fighters like every couple of years. I'm like, how many
Yeah.
of these are we gonna have?
you don't need this many. You don't need this many. This is not what the fans of these classic anime want. Like,
No, because
So-
we have. I mean, Dragon Ball announced. I forget what they called it, but they announced one. Later this year we have. Ooh, the Sword Art Online one, Echoes of Aincrad or something like that.
I don't know
Seven
anything
Deadlies.
about Sword Art Online. Like, I know nothing.
I have watched the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Hmm.
I again will give credit where credit is due. That Sword Art did do a lot for the isekai genre. Right? But it has also done some really weird things in its overall like storytelling. You know, I think it has done some I will give it credit for putting isekai on the map for a lot of people that maybe were not interested in before. Not to say that it's the first or the best, but it did really bring it to light for a lot of different audiences. But I think that then other isekai came and did it better.
Yeah.
But it did do the whole, here's this protagonist who is the best, you know, and he has a harem around him and he has all these things and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, okay, it did a lot of the things that ultimately went on to become very tropey in isekai. So that's why I'm like, I have to give it credit. But I think there's just others that now have done a better spin, better flair. Although I have heard that while Sword Art might have lost its way for a little bit, that Alicization, I think is what it was called, was very good. And again, I have not gone back to watch it, and at some point I will to satisfy my curiosity. Also, because I also watch a lot of garbage anime, so even if it's still garbage, I might enjoy it. I'm still watching Rent a Girlfriend. Why am I watching Rent a Girlfriend? Because it's a train wreck that I can't look away from. But
Yeah, I've never watched Rent a Girlfriend. I'm sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. And I would tell most people don't watch it, and yet I still watch it. So, everyone's gonna have a little garbage in their life.
Yeah, you have to have at least one thing that you like that is just unacceptable to really enjoy it the way that you enjoy it. Like,
Yeah. How can you tell what's good if you don't also sometimes indulge in the garbage?
yeah, you gotta. Like, sometimes things are bad, but how do you know they're bad realistically unless you try them
Right.
and then look at them?
Right.
Continually. Like,
And be like, oh, is this gonna get better? No? It's gonna get worse? It's gonna get weirder? Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I'm
but
still here.
I'm still gonna watch it though.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it's so there are anime that get the games, and some One Piece has had who knows how many. But yeah, I do want a Sailor Moon game, but I only want it if it's gonna be good. That anime is too good to have a mid game.
Yeah, the story is just superb. Like, I remember reading all of the manga. My older cousin Heather, she had all the manga when I was quite young, and we watched some of the anime on Fox Kids, like round at my aunt's house. And then she was like, "Oh, I've got all the manga," and that was the first manga that I ever read. And I was round at hers like for a weekend, so we were like watching the Power Rangers. We're eating nuggies, and then we're up in her room, and I am comping through this manga. I'm just like, I don't want this to end. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And yeah, 100% the thing that got me properly into anime and manga. I was like, this is
That's fair.
fantastic. I need it. I need it in my life. Like,
No, that is so fair. I am trying to think of what other anime franchises could use like a good game that would be like really interesting. I think one that would actually make a decent fighter would be Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
I think
No,
that
that
has
seems
a lot
fair.
of potential for like a good fighting game, because you have their like more humanoid-esque forms, and then like they can transform with their demon forms or summon their demons to fight. And I feel like you could do some fun things with that. Like I know with a little bit of a spoiler, but with a certain character, every time they call their demon, some of their life force is taken away. So you could make that as like part of his like health. That like every time he summons his demon, he loses some health. Obviously Denji being Chainsaw Man, just go nuts, pull the cord.
Yeah.
I could even see like you hit your superpower and the screen, like you get the flash across the screen of Denji like pulling the cord, and then when it cuts back to the actual fight, like there he is with all his chainsaws.
Yeah. So what are we saying now? Actually, what we need is Latalis on GirlPod to tell us what manga they think should be, or what manga anime they think should be made into a fighting game. If you don't read the website, you only engage via the podcast, you will not know that Latalis is our fighting game like connoisseur, but also incredibly good at fighting games. Like competes
Goes
in
to
tournaments.
competition,
Yeah, like we did once get a review code, and one of the stipulations for the game was that Latalis could review it, but if he was given the code, then he would not be able to compete at the first competition because it would give him too much of an edge. Which is wild.
Fair,
so-
but wild that it's like
Absolute-
listen.
Yeah, fair, but absolutely wild. So what we're saying is we need a Latalis on
Yes.
GirlPod to be like, okay, what anime manga do you want to see as
Mm-hmm.
like as a full fighting game. Like
Yes.
the people need to know. Like,
100%. I feel like that would be so fun to really be like, okay, so what about the I think to also be like, okay, so these characters, how would they fight? Right? Like
yeah,
what
yeah,
special
'cause
flair would they have? Because he's very
Mm.
good at being like, this character would be a brawler and this character
Mm.
would be like this and fight sort of like this and do these things and this is what I expect. So I would be really interested. I'd be really interested to see which anime or manga he would want to make into a fighting game that doesn't exist already.
Mhm.
But then also like, okay, you know, if we had like sort of rapid fire, like here are characters from an anime that we'd love to see in a fighter, just based on
Yeah.
this image, like what do you
Yeah.
think they'd fight like, right? Like I think that would
Yeah.
be a fun sort of how
Look at their
how do you see
key
this?
art.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, look at their key art for the manga and tell us
Yes.
what you think. Like,
Yes.
Yep.
Based
I
on
think
this
that would be
one
super
thing.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would be so for it. I think if we, you know, and I think that's one of the spaces that if we were ever to, if Latalis is open to being on the podcast and allowing us to do something like that, I feel like that'd be one of those really fun spaces where we could like tell the overall like GSC community, like, hey, send us an image or give us the name of a character from an anime or manga that is not in a fighting game so that
Mhm.
we can see where our fighting expert would like put them in terms of their fighting class,
Yeah. No, I think that would be very fun. I think that would be super fun.
right?
Yeah. We have to convince Latalis they need to be on the podcast now. Like
This is true. This is true. You know who can help us with this? Steve.
this would yeah. It's like we've designed a podcast just for you. Like
So now we just need everybody in the Discord to be like, Latalis, you have to be on the podcast. You have to do
yeah,
it.
you have to do it. You simply must. Like
Mhm.
they've designed it just for you.
Yes.
Like,
I just think that would be so much fun. That would just be
Yeah.
like, you know, because again, I enjoy fighting games. I'm not good at them.
no, I'm very bad at them. But I do also like them. Like I'm like
I like
yeah.
them. I like movies about them because I saw Mortal Kombat 2 and that was fun.
Was it good? I have not seen it.
Would I say that it's good? It's enjoyable, it's fun. I mean, the thing is it's based on Mortal Kombat, right? So
Yeah.
for
So I think the
something-
question was probably more, was it enjoyable?
Yes. Yeah, no, it's definitely enjoyable. For something based on Mortal Kombat, it's good, right? It's not
Mm.
great. But I think there's a few things I really liked about it. One, Carl Urban is just great. I love that he's collecting franchises like
love
Infinity
Carl.
Stones.
I love Carl Urban. Like
He's very good as Johnny Cage. And I will say, him as Johnny Cage is really the reason that I went to go see this. Because I did not see the first one in this like reboot of things. I did not see it. I knew what it was about, you know, I had enough information. But when I started seeing the like when I saw the mock trailer of Johnny Cage and his movie that obviously was not a real movie, that was when I was like, oh wait, this looks like silly fun. It's self-aware enough,
yeah.
right? That I was like, this is rather enjoyable. Like I'm in. So we went and we saw it, and it's not as gory as the game, but it also doesn't shy away from
Yeah.
some of it, right? So you're not gonna get like Saw 5 level gore, but you
Mhm.
are gonna get some of the like, we split this person down the middle, right? So you're still gonna get some
Yeah.
of those sorts of things, but for a larger audience in a movie theater.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I know like Mortal Kombat very known for its gore, but
mhm.
all the Mortal Kombat games, they're so over the top with the gore that it almost doesn't even register in my brain that
Yes.
it's gory. Like
Yeah.
because it's so stupid, and I mean that in the most complimentary way
Mhm.
known to man. Like I love a little bit of Mortal Kombat. Like
Yeah.
the first film with Christopher Lambert as fucking Raiden, like just
Mhm.
the weirdest Frenchest man on the planet who's supposed to be like the Japanese god of thunder. And he's just like, like having the best time. I don't even know if he knew what Mortal Kombat was.
Probably
but he was
not.
having the time
Most
of his
of those
life.
people didn't know what
Like-
Mortal Kombat was. Who are we kidding?
But some of them were like maybe taking it a little bit seriously. Who knows? They were like, "Oh, this could be my big break." I assume this must have been after he was in Highlander.
Mhm.
So he was just like, "Okay, do you know what? Do you know who I am? I am a B movie like schlock protagonist, and I'm gonna lean so hard into it. I'm gonna become a
Okay,
cultural
but
icon."
Highlander is so good.
It is so good, but it is a little bit of B movie schlock. And
yes, but
I
it's just
don't.
so
I
good.
love B movie schlock. Some of my favorite films are B movie schlock. Because if you're gonna be, the thing is, it's like if you're gonna kind of be maybe a slightly bad movie,
Mhm.
just if you only have to lean into it like a little bit, and you are a cult classic. You're funny to watch. You're
True.
amazing. If you are like, if you don't have the budget to make the movie that you want to make in a really convincing way, then
Mhm.
just make it a little bit cheesy. Make it
Yes.
a tiny bit campy, and
Yes.
we're gonna love it.
That's
then,
what Mortal
you know,
Kombat does well. Mm-hmm.
yeah. I didn't see like you. I didn't see the last remake one of it, like the one a couple of years ago. But from what I heard, it kind of took itself maybe a little bit too seriously. And I'm like, no, look, you're making a movie about a fucking fighting game.
I mean, I think it's interesting because I mean, and I didn't see the first one that came out, and some people are like, yeah, it's fine, it's good, and I get why it feels like they took that one a little bit more serious. And I think it's because they really focused on like the Scorpion Sub-Zero thing, right? And yes, there was the whole like, this is what's going on Earth, whatever. But I think because that felt very, again, based on the premise that I've read, right? So if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But it's like because that was like the focus, it's like, yeah, it is a little bit harder to take a specific storyline and make it a bit campy, right? Especially with those two characters, I think, because there is the way they drew out the history and, everyone knows them, even if you haven't played the game in a long time, right? It's like, there's some friction there and, they're in the same outfits except different color, so there's like a lot of things that you can, even just looking at the characters, intuitively be like, either these guys really work together well or they hate each other, right? There is no in between. So I get sort of why, but I think with this one being like, we're really focused on the fact that like this Mortal Kombat tournament is happening for the future of the Earth, and we have to get the champions, and one of the champions died before, so now here comes Johnny Cage to be the champion. He's like, I'm a fucking actor. Like, what do you mean, right? Like, so
but that's why the original Mortal Kombat movie was so good, because
Yes.
it also focused in on Johnny Cage.
and
He's
he
like-
just brings the camp by nature of his
Yeah.
character, right?
yeah. But even the games, it's like, yeah, you talk about, it's like, oh yeah, they've done this big serious backstory about Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and I'm like, are we paying attention to stories in fighting games? Have we ever been paying attention to stories in fighting games? No. I hear Mortal Kombat and it's the advert from the 90s, like Techno Syndrome, like like Mortal Kombat, and then all I can hear in my head is Scorpion being like, get over here. Like, I know that there's lore. I know that they've tried to reboot it and like make it more serious, but at the end of the day, like most fighting games, you're just like, well, you just have to keep
just have to
re-engineering a
win.
way for why these guys keep fighting. And the fact it's called Mortal Kombat and everyone dies, but somehow they're all still there the next time. Like, like it can't be super serious,
Yeah.
bro.
They do
just
kind of
simply
address
cannot.
that, yeah.
Like-
they do kind of address where it's like, in this one, again, I can't speak for the first one, but they do address where it's like, you might die, and I think it's like, Johnny Cage says something, and someone looks at him basically, and it's like, it's called Mortal Kombat, like, like somebody says something where it's like, hello, even though, there are ways that people are not dying in the story, and go watch it. But it's very much like it is the campiness that I wanted from it. It was the perfect, I'm gonna turn my brain off for 90 minutes and just enjoy what's on the screen, because some of it is so stupid, some of it is like, cheeky fun. I think people who enjoy the Mortal Kombat games will enjoy the movie. I think people that love the Mortal Kombat games may not enjoy the movie, right?
Okay.
Because I think, for some of it, it's cool to be like, oh, that's this character. Oh, that's this. Like, here's this thing, right? Because I'm not fully entrenched in, crazily the lore and knowing all the different characters and being like, these characters would never work together, or these characters would never have this, or whatever, right? I don't know all of that.
Yeah.
Right? But I've played enough to be like, yeah, I recognize these characters. Oh, this is cool that this character is this, but, whatever. I don't know the characters' backstories, but the fighting was cool, right? Is it the best fight I've ever seen? No, but it was cool. The effects were fine. There wasn't anything that I was like, oh, that effect's really rough, right? It was just like, yeah, they're fine. Like, I understand that this movie had a budget, but not a, you didn't have a Marvel budget, and some of the Marvel shit still looks like, what the fuck happened? But it was...
They're paying people to do AI instead of paying their visual effects artists.
To actually...
And giving them fucking time to finish the movie.
Big facts. But yeah, it was a fun, enjoyable 90-minute adventure. Carl Urban absolutely kills the role. It's just, I'm not gonna say I was sitting there with like a smile on my face, because it's not the type of movie that it was, but by the time it was done, I was like, that was a lot of fun. Like, and if I needed, like, when it's on Netflix or whatever, if I need something that is just like, this is fun, this is silly, yeah, I'd put on Mortal Kombat and just vibe. Sure. Like, absolutely.
I have the Tekken movie on DVD because I do love me a bit of schlock. Just love it so much. And the Tekken movie's so much fun. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. It's like the premise of the Hunger Games, instead of it being anything to do with like the Iron Fist tournament the way it would be in the games. It's like, oh, everyone lives in poverty outside the big city and you could be chosen. And it's like, okay, but I'm literally just here to see Yoshimitsu. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. I don't care about the plot of this movie. Show me fun fighting game characters doing fun fighting game things. And also a Carl Urban one, a video game movie that I'm a big fan of is the Doom movie.
Ooh,
with
I haven't seen
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it.
That's
I'm not going to tell you that it's a good movie, because it's absolutely not a good movie. It's got Rosamund Pike in it, which is wild, because I think she has an Oscar. Like, but it's not a good. It is not a good movie. It is a very fun movie though, and I remember going to the cinema to see it with my friends, and it has a section when it goes into like first-person shooter mode, so it looks like Doom, and we were all like, "Let's go!"
That's
like,
amazing.
It knew its audience, and its audience was weird little guys. Like, and I would still put it on. I would get it out of the cupboard right now and put it on if I, as you say, want a 90-minute switch your brain off. We're just having a good time. Like,
Yeah.
which I actually think a lot of video game movies should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not necessarily into the whole like we're going to make video games because the Sony strategy, which I think it kind of is now, is like we're making games so we can then turn them into films and TV shows.
Fair. Yeah.
And
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
I'm like, there's phenomenal games out there with phenomenal stories that are incredibly touching, incredibly moving. They don't have to be like big AAA productions so you can then make more money off them if it's
Yeah.
a TV show. Like,
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't really care about that. I will watch the Doom movie and I will play Citizen Sleeper 2 and cry like a child because it's one of the best video game stories ever told. Like,
Yeah.
I can get different things from different media.
From different
Like-
mediums. Yes. No,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And I almost think, I almost feel like people shouldn't expect something amazing from video game movies, right? And I hate that it's like, we have to make this movie, or we have to make this game very serious and do it in a very specific way to make a movie off of it, right? Because I'm like, sometimes I do want it to be a little campy, right? Because I do,
Yeah.
if I'm actively playing something, right? And I'll use the term actively playing loosely because I also enjoy my visual novels and things like that, right? But if I'm more of an active participant in it, I want to be able to at times take it a little bit more serious there than if I'm the passive participant watching a movie, right? But I think
Yeah.
that's why, like, a Mortal Kombat being campy and silly, like, that really works for me, because I'm like, I'm just enjoying this. I don't have to be super aware of things. I can just be like, we're vibing, we're chilling. I'm like sitting here having my popcorn, having my chips and cheese, right? I'm reclining the seat, right? I am just enjoying, right?
We're having a good day. We're
I'm
just
having a good day,
right?
like, I'm having a good day hanging out. And then there's like, with a video game where I'm like, no, I want to be more engaged, right? And I know that some of it, when people talk about like people's investment and body language, how invested they are, right? I'm very guilty, and thankfully I do not have a microphone that sits on my desk anymore, because when I was less engaged, it would be like the sort of leaned back, right, relaxed, like I do
No,
in a movie.
I do the hunt.
Well, that's when I had the Yeti mic that I had, and it would just sit on my desk right in front of my right in front of the screen. I was so guilty. The mic looks disgusting. Because I would just sit there, right? I'm going to try not to do it so loud that it hurts the mic and that you hear a big pop. But I would just sit there like this, and I would play, and my chin would just rest on the microphone, right? But it was like the whole lean forward, being into it, right? Like, really, like, actively, like, this is
I'm
my bubble
locked in.
right now. Right. I'm locked in. This is the bubble, right? Like, this bubble is not an oval that extends all the way out here. Like, no. It is small. It is tight. You have my full attention, right? And I want that in video gaming. I don't necessarily want that in a movie. So I'm like, give me something more, like, engaging and active in the video game. You don't have to translate that to a movie. Not everything has to translate to a movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need
And
to do that.
I feel like a lot of it means that a lot of the beauty that you can get out of a video game and the fact that it's an interactive medium gets lost.
Yes.
Because you're then thinking about how we would make this into a TV show or a movie. So by default, it has to be a lot more linear, a lot less player choice, a lot less of your actions mattering. And it's like, but some of the best video games of all time are that because the story morphs to how you are playing the game.
Yes.
So if you're stripping that back, so you can tell, and I will say a lot of these stories, if you read a lot of books or watch a lot of movies or consume media outside of video games, a lot of them are very bread and butter, like, okay, yeah, man's the real monster, revenge narrative, we got it. Yeah. Like, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein a long fucking time ago.
Yup.
You don't really need to, like, rehash this. But when there's no like agency for you as a player in a video game, then why not just make it a movie by
To
itself?
begin with, yeah.
Like, yeah. And that's not to say I dislike games that have very fixed linear narratives. Like,
no, some are great.
Yeah, I play a lot of visual novels. I play a lot of very fixed linear narrative video games. But if you're going into it with this idea that it's like, we should make a story like this that's just kind of a generic, like, oh, man is bad, or oh, hero is good, like, in your video game, and the hope that it will be made into a film or a TV show, I'm like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be making a video game.
Yeah, just make a movie then. Because I also think, like, even with the linear narrative games, right, the some of the joy in it is not just, you making decisions that maybe don't really matter, but also you being able to dive deeper into the characters that are around your character, right?
Yeah.
So that same linear game can easily be 10, 15, 20 hours because you're also seeing so much more than what you might see in a 2-hour movie. Right?
Yeah,
So
you
it's
can
like
see their motivations. You get multiple
yeah.
points of view, and you get to center yourself in those multiple points of view rather than being an observer,
Mhm.
which you always are in a movie. Like, I
Right.
love movies, but it's
I love movies. I love going to theaters. Like I love, being the passive participant. I love all that. But if I'm playing a game and I want like the different perspectives and I want to see the deep dive on the characters, like that's why I'm playing a game.
yeah. Otherwise, could you just be watching the
Mhm.
movie?
Yeah, or reading a book or like, whatever. So it's I don't know. I think that's part of the reason like I sort of appreciate the Mortal Kombat because it's like we're not taking ourselves seriously. We're kind of campy. We're this, whatever. Whereas something like the upcoming like Life is Strange TV show, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. And the first Life is Strange game came out quite a few years ago. I don't assume that their intention was to make a TV show. I think it's that TV
no,
shows
definitely not.
and movies are like the thing to make out of games right now because people don't have original ideas. So it's like, how are we doing this? We are taking this TV show, or we're taking this game and making it something else. Of course, with Life is Strange, where your choices mattered. I'll say once upon a time. I'm gonna say once upon a time they mattered because the most recent Life is Strange sort of, reset things. But it's like, okay, so now you're gonna make choices for people, right?
Yeah.
And that's now gonna be, this is the canon choice because we decided to make a TV show that you can't make choices on.
Yeah. They're doing the same. Well, I don't know if it's ever actually going to come out, but every single time I am reminded of the fact they're making a Mass Effect TV show, I'm like, what do you mean?
Mhm.
Like an entirely choice-driven RPG, like where you make the decision about like your like the character you play as, your class,
Yeah.
who you take with you, who lives and who dies in certain situations. And you're like, no, we can make this just like a generic sci-fi TV show,
right?
and I'm like,
no,
okay, so you're gonna have like a male shepherd, which I didn't have, so I'm already kind of disengaged. Not saying like the actor I'm sure is fine, and I know that Mark Meir, the voice actor for Male Shepherd, gave a fantastic performance, but I'm like, Jennifer Hale, baby, give me more Jennifer Hale at all times. But yeah, and they're gonna presumably be the soldier class. They're going to take all the very middle of the line options, like probably romance Ashley, this fucking space racist, like and I'm supposed to be excited about this as a Mass Effect fan. Like I as someone who has a framed picture of Garrus Vakarian on my wall, I'm supposed to be like, oh my god, they're making a Mass Effect TV show. I'm like, okay, but why the fuck would I care? I could just play Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Like, and I can make the decisions that I want to make, and I can, if I want to make different decisions, I can make a different character who has a different name and different like thoughts in their head. Like, if I want to do a renegade playthrough of the entire trilogy, I can be like, okay, this is their backstory. You can choose between 6 different backstories in the original Mass Effect. So what, we're just having like, probably so they can have a dramatic flashback, like the Soul Survivor one. Like, what if that's not how I played my fucking Shepherd? Like, because it won't be.
Right. Yeah.
Do I get to see Garrus Vakarian's cock in the TV show? Is what I'm asking.
Probably not.
I'm
gonna go with probably not. And I think the reason it worked with like Fallout is because they didn't try to adapt the story directly of Fallout. It's like, here's a story that takes place in the Fallout universe. So here's lots of things that you've seen in the video games, but here's an original story in the universe. right? So
Yeah, you could do that
it's
with any Bethesda game because
yeah,
you are just a guy. Even in Skyrim, you are the Dragonborn, but like you could just be like, oh, we're doing a story in a Bethesda universe,
mm-hmm,
as you say with Fallout, where it's like there's so much choice there that
yes,
no, you're not playing a character, you're playing a wee guy. Like
mm-hmm,
they're not named, they have no real like
right.
investment in it. You're just fucking about. Like
Yeah. You know, so it works. And it's like, are there things that are similar? Yes. And
mm,
spoilers if you haven't watched the show, although you should because it's fantastic, right? There are things that are similar to certain routes that you can take in the game, right?
mm,
So it's like, oh, like in Fallout 4, where it's like your son is whoever's running whatever. I have not played Fallout 4, but I know it's like you find out that your son has grown up and is running the institute or whatever, right?
yeah.
So is there a thing where in the game or in the TV show, like the girl's dad also at some point had this connection to this big bad business? Yes. So could you say there are similarities that they've adapted for the TV show? Yes, right? But it's not trying to be a one for one, right? Because
Yeah.
you can't do that in that type of a game. So it's like instead of it being a one for one, it's like here's this sort of silly thing that we're gonna do, and we're gonna make it similar enough that you can't say, "Oh, this is garbage," because this would never happen in Fallout. But you are
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I could see this happening in the universe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This checks out, right?
Yeah.
Here's." I don't remember. Here's the Steel guys, right? The Brotherhood of Steel. That's their name, right? It's like
Yeah.
here's these guys and this faction of this, right? And here's, you know, the Vault Dwellers. And in the most recent season, they did go towards Vegas, but it's not like the Vegas game adapted. And I think that this next season that they're working on is maybe even going to be a totally different story. I'm not 100% sure. Or I shouldn't say a totally different story. I could see how they would keep like Walter Goggins and stuff going.
Yeah. Well,
But-
you have to. It's Walter Goggins. He's so good. He's such a good actor.
I mean, he's fantastic. He's fantastic in the role. But I think they announced that they signed Aaron Paul onto season 3.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that's a pretty big
He would-
name to not have a big like storyline.
I'm not gonna lie, he would make a fantastic member of Caesar's Legion, like this super imperialistic, like
We
totalitarian.
did meet
like-
them.
Yeah.
We did meet them, and it was very funny because when Sean and I were watching it, we were like, "Is that Macaulay Culkin in Caesar's Legion?" It is. It's Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
So we did
But,
meet them.
like-
Thankfully, Sean has played enough that he can tell me
Yeah.
things about Fallout because I'm like, I don't know, fun TV show, go Burr.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is also that's also what you want, like from a video game, TV show, or a movie. I think is that people who are not familiar with the lore and stuff
Yes.
of the games can also watch it and enjoy it.
Yes,
There's-
because I will say I
My-
watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and holy shit, was I lost about things.
That's so good.
It's good, but if I had watched that without Sean, I would have given up on it because not
I've
having
never played
context.
Cyberpunk.
There were just certain things that I was like, I don't understand what's happening, and he was like, well, this is this, and I was like, okay, and he was like, and this is this, because I was like, why is this happening? Like, what is this? I was like, what is this weird thing that's happening like on the screen with
Was
like
I-
the sickness? And I was like, and so he like filled in some of the gaps. I was like, they kind of assume you know some of this stuff or don't care. And for me, I'm like,
Maybe I didn't care.
I mean, you might, yeah. No, I'm like, for me, I kind of want to understand what's happening in like not a deep level, but I was
Yeah.
like, they're talking about this thing that I don't understand why this thing is happening, and he was like, oh, well, it's because of this, and I was like, okay, cool.
I think I was more just like, oh, good animation, go bird.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's Studio Trigger. The animation
Yeah.
is gorgeous, right? But I think it's also like I walked in knowing that the animation was going to be gorgeous. It
Mhm.
also doesn't help that I walked in knowing how it ended. So
Oh, I
I
didn't
was
know that.
like, so I actually knew how it ended because I wrote the article for the site after it was announced at Anime Expo that they were going to do season 2. So I knew how it ended because of that, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. But I was like, okay, so it's about so for me, it was about the journey to get there. And I was like,
Mm.
okay. but I can't understand the journey of certain things because I don't understand why their eyes are suddenly like flipping out and not on their face anymore. And it's like, oh, it's because they have too many like enhancements, and I forget what they called the sickness or whatever. And I was like, okay, because they never tell you that that's a thing. It's just like, don't do this thing. Be careful how many times you enhance yourself. I mean, they do eventually, like halfway through the season. And I was like, what is happening? I was like, what is this? What?
I'm going back in my brain, and I'm like, I watched this, and I could not tell you at all anything that happened.
But right, but that's
I feel like I just sort of sat on the couch and went, oh, it's so pretty.
and it's that's the thing. It is a gorgeously made anime, but holy shit, was I was like, okay, they're talking about, you know, they're talking about these people, and I don't understand like what's happening. The big guy that shows up, I think it's the very last episode, that David fights against. I can't think of his name now, but like he shows up, and they talk about him earlier in some of the other episodes, and I'm like, okay, but why should I care about, like, why should I care that this guy is so intimidating? So like, you know, the gap was filled in because I'm like, okay, like you just keep dropping this name like I'm supposed to know, right? Like I don't know, like I don't understand. Tell me. You know, but again,
But no, I do think the Fallout show has done that incredibly well.
it
They're
really
just like,
has.
we establish the world, which is not difficult to establish. Like, we're in dystopian post-nuclear war America. Let's go. Like,
I'm like, oh, you mean like maybe tomorrow?
It could be happening. It could be happening. Like, I don't know if the Trident nuclear subs are currently in the river near my house, but, you know, at any time it could be happening. I have not been collecting my bottle caps, so.
Me neither. This soju bottle cap is gonna have to get me very far.
Yeah, like I've saved the one way bottle cap. Please, give me some irradiated rat meat. But yeah, it does do it really well, and the fact that you don't really need to know anything about Fallout in order to go into the series. I remember watching the first like 3 episodes of the Halo TV series with my dad, and that's one of those ones that just it failed on both counts because my dad's never played Halo. Like, he's a Command and Conquer man. Like, he's not played like a lot of console games. He's definitely not played a lot of like more modern games, which is a weird thing to say about Halo, but like he's never played. So he was like, oh, it's a Halo TV series. We should watch it because you played Halo. You like Halo, and I was like, yeah, it'd be good. And he's like, oh, I like whatever his name is, the guy who played Master Chief in it. And I was like, oh yeah, we can watch it. We can put it on. And within like the first episode, we were both like, seems like this is very promising. Then second episode, I don't think we said anything to each other. And then the third episode, he was like, is this how the game goes? Because this is like
Oh no.
bad. And I was like, it's not how the game goes. you have like two people, someone who's never watched Halo or never ingested
played,
any
yeah.
Halo in their life, being like, this is so weird and contrived that it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, this is not what John Master Chief would ever do. Like, what the fuck is this? So we just switched it off. We were like, nah, let's just go to the pub now. Like, we're going to go to the pub later, but let's go to the pub
go now.
because we don't want to watch any more fucking Halo. Like,
No, that's so fair. And I think it's like some games will lend themselves better, or like if you've built a big enough world. I think it's either if you've built a big enough world where you can sort of be like, this is a random story that exists here, or in like the case of Last of Us, where the story is like so compelling that like translating it will work. And they have changed some things from the game to the TV show. And I have not played Last of Us. I have watched Sean play the first one, and I haven't really watched anybody play the second one. But I
have
really
no-
enjoyed the show.
Real interest in it. I've not seen the show. I feel like I would probably like the show,
I think you.
but I have
would.
no real interest in it as a game.
Fair. I have no
because-
interest in the game.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm like, you are trying to tell a heavy-handed story that I already know the story beats of, and you've made it into a game, and you're going to make me do these things so you can be like, again, like, oh, man is the real monster, and I'm like, no, I fucking get that. Like, I get it. Like, this, we've done this before.
Yeah, no, it is something. I think that's where, and I think that's sort of where the TV show does things very well, because it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
we've done this before. We've done this tropey stuff. But I think that's also
Yeah.
why the season, yeah, I think it was season 1 where I'm not going to say how they changed it, but they changed Bill's story. I think that was his name. And there were a lot of people that were very upset at how they did it, right? But I think it was probably one of the most beautiful episodes. And I think it really worked for a TV show, because
Yeah.
it also wasn't just like, oh, man is the monster, right? It was
Yeah.
much more about connection and love and retaining humanity in this world, and all
Yeah.
those sorts of things. And again, I'm trying not to say too much because that is an episode that I don't want to spoil, because that episode definitely nearly brought me to tears, because I'm like, if you have ever loved or cared for someone in such a way, like, that episode could break you, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's not how they did it in the video game.
Again, I mean,
people were
again, I've
upset.
not played the video game, but I do think that, from what I've heard and stuff that I've saw, that potentially the first game is much more about that human connection piece, which is why it's like almost universally beloved, whereas the second game is a lot more polarizing. And I'm not going to, like, we're not going to go into just the people that hate women who
Yeah,
have
no.
opinions, because, like, I don't care about their opinions.
Because then this
Like,
episode will be
if-
3 hours long.
Yeah. It's like, if you have opinions about it that are like, it's very simplistic storytelling, or you know,
Yeah.
it's a bit heavy-handed on its themes, like, yeah, we can absolutely have a conversation. You probably shouldn't have it with me because I've not played it. But if your opinion on it is like, women can't have muscles, I'm like, okay, well, here's the door, and I will throw you out of it. Like, I don't fucking. But I think the first one, like, from what I've seen and spoke to people and watched people play and things, does seem to have a bit more nuance and into that, like, the human connection and what people will do for that human connection.
Yes.
And obviously the second one is about hurt and revenge and but potentially pushes it a bit too far, to the point it's like, okay, like, really, are we taking, we're doing a Liam Neeson here? Like, is this the vibe we're going for, to really hammer home that revenge is bad, actually, that loads of stuff is done beforehand. I've got myself really off track because I got annoyed about people who hate women with muscles. But yeah, I think I just think that stories like that probably lend themselves much more to TV shows. Because in video games, I would like to just have just a small amount of agency some of the time.
Yeah.
Like, just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, great when
Depending
I
on
have
the game,
loads
too.
of agency. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I would love it if Pokemon removed the text option that's like yes or also yes. Like, why are you giving me, like, if I have no option here, why are you giving me a text option?
Yes or yes.
You don't have to. Yes or emphatically yes. I'm like,
Yes
okay,
or
well-
yes with flair.
yeah. Yes or gay yes. Like, I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm always going to pick gay yes. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like, but yeah, like there's a lot of games that probably should have been movies. There's probably a lot of movies that should have been games. Like,
Yeah.
mm,
No, 100% agree. And I think because we're in this space where there's less and less original ideas, so we're just seeing so much more crossover. And that's not to say that all crossover is bad, but I do also want to see original ideas.
yeah.
Like what
Like,
happened? What happened?
Is Project Hail Mary going to be like one of the best movies of the year? I would say so.
Mhm.
It was a fantastic movie. It was like
Mhm.
there are so many books with very unique ideas and unique premises because it's so much easier to do in a book than anywhere else, because what budget do you need to write something down on paper? Not to say that you don't need it for publishing and editing, etc., but you can do whatever you want on a piece of paper. Like you can tell the most elaborate story known to man,
Oh yeah.
without fear of any sort of budgeting restraints. It's great. But why are we not doing more of that? Why are we not taking more fun books like that and making them into movies, or also potentially making them into games?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and that's why I
Or,
say
like-
crossover is not bad, and using these things are not bad. But I also am just like, can we get some original movies? Can we get some original games? Can we get like,
more pragmata, please. More pragmata.
and you know, and even Pragmata obviously has like the tropes, and I'm okay if you use the tropes. If you use the tropes,
It's
in a-
2026.
right?
We've
There's
been-
only so many stories that you can tell, but can you put
We've been
a
telling
different
stories since
flair?
the existence of like mankind.
Right,
Like
right, and
you're
that's
going
why
to
it's like,
you're going to have some of the tropes.
yes, you're gonna have the tropes, but can you put like a different flair on the trope, right? Like, could
Yeah.
you put like, you know, and that's, you know, because like with Pragmata, it's like, well, the flair is that it's like this isn't a child, this is an AI child, right? So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that small difference brings a different flair that makes it feel very different, because it makes it feel very different how you view Diana, how you want to interact with Diana, and it feels that much stronger when then you're like, holy shit, I care about this little AI child, even though I fucking hate AI, but I will happily accept the little bit of art that she draws me and gives to me, right? It is
Yeah.
AI generated art that I am okay with because she has taken the time to sit there and draw it for me, right? And then you can
Yeah.
get into the whole thing of like, well, is it really AI art if she sat there and took the time to draw it the way a human would do? And you could go down a deep rabbit
Yeah.
hole with all that, right? But
The actual AI that anyone who is like sci-fi for any of their life would want. Like
yes,
like
yes,
if you're a sci-fi fan, if you're a Star Trek fan, a Star Wars fan, like, or just even more like slightly more esoteric sci-fi, you want an AI that's like a Diana, that is
Yes.
like an actual artificial intelligence. The
Mhm.
keyword here being intelligence.
Intelligence. Yes.
Not a fucking glorified autocorrect that
That is
that just
wrong
tells
90%
you-
of the time.
that's wrong 90% of the time and tells you that you're fucking shit hot. I know I'm not shit hot. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, we get encouraged to use AI at work, and I try to avoid it as much as humanly possible, but sometimes I get forced to use it. Just when we're in certain like workshops and things,
Mhm.
and I'm like, with this, it's like, oh, well, I can do all this, and I'm like, you can't though. You can't. You're just lying. You're just lying.
Yep.
And then it comes back, and it's like, oh no, you're absolutely right. I can't do this. You're right to point that out. And I'm like, do not speak to me like you're a human being. Do not speak to me like you have any thoughts. Fuck you. I hate you. I want you to die. And then
Valid.
eventually, my boss is like, you don't have to talk to the AI anymore. And I'm like, fucking good. Why do you
No,
make me do this?
so valid.
Like,
So valid.
it's not going to learn anything from me. I'm not uploading any of my shit onto it. Like,
Mm-mm.
I'm taking this knowledge about cardboard boxes to my grave, bro. That AI will learn nothing.
No, but that's why it's like, tropes are there and they serve a purpose, but I think we can add different spins, different combinations of tropes, right? So it's like you could still have ideas that don't feel overdone. Maybe that's the thing. It's not original
Yeah.
ideas, but it's ideas that don't feel overdone.
Yeah, I don't need another revenge actually destroys you like story. I don't need that. There's so many. Give it like 5 years.
Yes.
And then maybe we can come back to it. Like, what I do need is like some fun, bit of camp, like a bit of sci-fi camp, bit of nuclear camp, bit of like
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic camp. That's great. I want more of that. Like, I
Yeah.
don't need everything to be super serious all the time either.
You can give me another 1 or 2 really good daddy-daughter games, right? I mean, because I think maybe not super back-to-back, but I literally went from Prism Peak to Pragmata. Like, it was like, here's like the, like a dude and a daughter-like figure, and here's another dude and a daughter-like figure, right? And I'm like, you know what? You could give me 1 or 2 more of those with, again, each of those had different spins on it, right?
Yeah.
So same trope, but done differently, that I was like, okay, this feels different enough that I'm not like, ugh, another one of these. You could find ways to do that again and tell a good, compelling story that's emotional and feels good, right? Maybe one that actually, ends happier. Would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be a nice spin on on the genre. So it's like, okay, you could do that. But I think we do end up in these cycles where the ideas, again, because we only have so many tropes, so they're not 100% original. But then it's the same thing over and over. Everything's an extraction shooter, and then everything's a roguelike, and then everything is this. And it's like, okay, we can have variety.
Yeah.
Variety is the spice of life. Also, when it comes to gaming, and spice is okay. Please give us a little bit spice of life, please and thank you.
Yeah, you don't have to like, and I'm saying this. Look at me. I'm saying this is the whitest person that's ever been alive. You don't have to be afraid of spice. You could put some Lugang Ma on your fucking instant noodles and really enjoy yourself. Like, you could put some spice in your food, but also some spice in your games and your movies and your fucking TV shows. Live a little. Like,
Please. And if you need to hear it in another language, por favor, un poquito de sazón y adobo, por favor. A little bit. Just a little bit. Please.
just a little bit. Just a little bit. We've got you. We are here for your support. We are a support group. Come to the Gamer Social Club. Tell us about the spice that you want, and we will support you.
Yes. Please. Just a little bit of flavor, a little bit of a spin. Anything. And if you've made it this far and you're like, wow, they've really went into a whole nother language, tell us what spice of life you want in your games. Tell us. I know we're cutting this a little bit early, but I just don't know how to like go from that.
No, I don't know. I don't know if we can go any further. Like, I think we've covered the topic, to be perfectly honest, and very well. Like, sometimes you've just said all that could be said.
This is true. This is true.
We're allowed to have a slightly shorter episode. Like, we're allowed to do it.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
But
Tell
we've
us
been so
what you want.
concise.
Yes,
So
we have.
like, so concise, so like, well spoken about the entire issue. Like, I feel like, yeah, we've done it. We've cracked the code. We've fucking done it.
We have. We've been very well spoken, considering that I'm like, it is almost 3:00 and I've been drinking since 10 a.m. But here we are.
Yeah, we're so well spoken. Look how much wine has happened. Like, so well spoken.
That's a double episode day for y'all, everybody. But don't forget to
This
catch.
is why you come to Girl Pod.
This is why you come to Girl Pod. This is really it. This is. And you can catch everything going on, not just with Girl Pod, but also with GSC in the Discord and at gamersocialclub.ca. The links are going to be down in the description. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share with your gamer friends, and if you are really feeling it, leave a comment on something that we did was wonderful, and also tell us what you want in your variety of gaming. If you're listening on Spotify, feel free to add that cheeky little 5-star review, and we will catch you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye 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 bye.